Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things, and it is fantastic to be back. Hello. Greetings, Sishian. Hello, Bread. Welcome in. Great to see you guys. How are you doing? 'Tis been too long. Hi. How goes, guys? Eek. Whew. I just want to make sure that I have got everything functional. Can you hear me? According to the display on my microphone, you ought to. But if you can't hear me, now is a good time. It's going, not sure how, but it is. You are audible, yay! Victory, yay! That is fantastic news to start off the year. Yes. Well, going is better than idling, I suppose. No matter which way it goes, right? But it's good to see you guys. It has been way too long. Literally more than a month now. I feel horrible. I feel really horrible. December feels like it kind of completely slipped away from me a little bit, but here we are. We're alive. We survived. We've gotten to this point. How was everyone's December? It's pretty much the second week of the new year. I'm not gonna go into New Year's jokes and greetings, guys. We're all so sick and beyond it, right? We're all so sick and beyond it right now. But yes, I hope you guys had a good change of calendar year. Hello, Sishian. Welcome in. I saw your message earlier. Good to see ya. How's everyone's December been? Did we survive it? Well, I hope we survived it, otherwise I'm speaking with ghosts. In which case, hi? Survival presumed. Dangerous assumptions. Dangerous assumptions, right? But yeah. I hope you guys had a really good time of it. It was a very much unexpected hiatus on my part, I must say. Speaking with ghosts. Just a little bit, yeah. No. Boo. Oh, yeah, no. The unexpectedness of the things that happened, the changes that took place. I am a ghost. Oh dear. Well, there we go. There we have it, huh? Yeah, no. It was a very big surprise that big changes happened in my IRL iteration of reality over the last month. And I have been keeping everyone up to date on it on the social media side of things. But yeah, it should probably go on stream as well. We have had a very unexpected blessing in the form of the opportunity to do some major household maintenance and revamping. Like, we expected we were just going to do tiles in the passageway where we'd already ripped up the carpets, and then we got the labor costing after purchasing tiles for the entire property, so that we could have them ready for when the labor, which was going to be the really expensive part, could happen in dribs and drabs. But then we got a really good costing on that, so pretty much it was a lightning fast decision. Okay, this labor cost is probably not going to be available again in the new year, and time and is limited, etc, and we decided, okay, bite the bullet, do it all in one big bump. That way the house is not in a state of chaos for months on end. It's just chaos for 1 month, and needless to say, it was chaos for the whole of December. Hydrate! Thank you, Sishian! Thank you for hydrate. Reminder, everyone, courtesy of Sishian, acquire your nearest safer consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. Yes, agreed. Yeah, having the entire house in chaos over several months, it was never going to fly, especially with 4, soon to be 5 working adults living in the same building. Living in the same 3-bedroom building. It was never going to fly. So yeah, we needed to definitely do some major overhauling on things, and yeah, so we are now mostly sorted. Things are coming together. My workstation had a major overhaul as well, with my entire workspace being shuffled about a little bit. So where previously my workstation kind of blocked access to my window, I now actually can open my window for the first time in like 2 years. Which is nice. I can actually see the occasional burst of sunlight. Surprise! Gasp! Which is nice. But it means that I have had to somewhat significantly sacrifice a little bit of desk space, in the sense that I used to have 2 desks of identical size, organized in an L, and I am now down to 1, because otherwise the room just does not work out. So my desk space has taken a little bit of a tank. I have lost 1 monitor in the process, so I'm down to 1 vertical monitor and my graphics tablet now, which is going to make things a little bit interesting for the time being. We'll see how this develops, if I'm going to later down the line have another update to my workstation scenario. We shall see. It all depends on how things pan out over the next couple of months. But for now, this is what we've got, and I'm grateful that we've got it. So, yes. I've got a little bit of a put-down place behind me where the hydrate timer, which I actually need to switch on. Okay, there's our next hydrate on. Our next 30-minute hydrate timer is applied. Yay. Our little fox is now behind me, where it's not directly underneath the microphone. But yeah, so we've now got things a little bit different in terms of layouts and what have you, but for the most part, everything is here in arm's reach where I need it and functional, and we shall make it work. And that's the best we can do, right? You might be missing some mic filters. We can hear your chair rolling, a bit of an echo. Hold up. Properties. Wait. Okay. Let me just put monitor on this so that I can see what it's exactly doing. Okay. Okay, so what you're hearing is actually the acoustic changes in my space now that my room has tiles. Wow, I had not had the opportunity to actually make those audio updates accordingly. So you're hearing massive change in the acoustics of my space. I will need to do something about this. One moment, please. Let me see. Yeah, Tiles would do that. Yeah. But this echo is strange. Hello. Why? Let me just do this. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, my entire audio setup is definitely up for a massive overhaul, because I don't know what's going on here now. You're gonna have so much fun with that work. Yeah. Oh dear. Keith Manta, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. And you've disabled. Let's see, what does that do? Still a little bit there. Okay. Yes. Quickly trying to do some updates. Save. There, hopefully that works. And over here. Let's see that. Okay, I still don't know why. I know why. It is here. It's here. This thing is on the wrong. Is that it? No? That's also not it. Is that it? Is it? Might be. I think I found it. No, I'm still hearing an echo. Why? Okay, I need to spend another hour doing this madness. Oh man. It's never straightforward. It's getting closer. Well, that's good news. Let me just... no. Why have I got an echo? Is it still echoing there? How long has it... let me just get this back onto... Oi. Monitor off. Audio issues, always often and unknown to deal with, yes. Keithland is asking, how long has it been since the stream started? My YouTube viewing page isn't saying how long it's been going on for. It's been like that for the last couple of other streams I've been watching. Okay, yeah. We started about 10 minutes ago. About 10 minutes ago, give or take. A little bit. But you have not missed much, just preliminary greetings and now dealing with audio scuff. You have not missed much at all. Fear not, all is well. Let me just see. Monitor and out. Just want to hear again. Okay, hopefully. Okay, it's a little bit grainy, but it's got most of it. Okay. That'll do. For now. I will figure it out between now and tomorrow. In the meantime, monitor off. Okay. Now I can think. Now we can switch that back on. Glad to know I haven't missed out on a lot of stuff yet. No, we're all good. We're all good. We're just basically getting ourselves oriented after a month of unexpected hiatus. So yeah, unexpectedly being able to put in tiles was a big blessing, but it has some side effects, right? Sounds a lot better now. Yes, thank you. Jaxai, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you over there on YouTube. Hello, welcome in. It has been really an interesting month. It's been an interesting month. Obviously, last 2 weeks especially, haven't had access to my PC. Up until literally earlier this week. 3 weeks ago, I didn't have access to my PC. Earlier this week, last week, I got access to it again. Was on a huge deadline crunch, got that out, and here we are. While things were still normalizing. So just the chaos is normal. The chaos continues. We thrive in the chaos. We thrive in the chaos, despite everything, right? So we are back to quote-unquote regular programming until further notice. For now, that is going to be the plan, is to continue with, normal activities like normal people, pretending to be normal. That's roughly the entire intention and plan. But basically, unexpectedly losing a huge chunk of December meant that I am a little bit behind schedule when it comes to a couple of deadlines again, so I am slightly in the deadline grind again, immediately after I just got out of a deadline grind, going into the entire tiling debacle, but it's fine, we'll get through it, we'll survive it as well. Take it in our stride, we'll make it. And it's interesting because this time it is 2 VTuber models that are due in February. One mid-February, which is an art and rig, and the other due mid-end February is just the rig. But that one is at least slightly smaller. I don't have to do the art on it, and it's also a lot less layers. So yeah, we'll see how that's gonna be. We'll see how that's gonna be. Also, I'm apparently a masochist because I'm trying out something entirely new with how I'm going to be handling the head turns as well. So there's gonna be slightly... There are more layers involved when it comes to how the head turns are gonna work on that one that I'm building, which the art and rig as well. And that's gonna be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, because it's something that I've been wanting to play around with basically since building this Harrier model, and I just hadn't had the opportunity for someone with a facial structure that would allow for it yet, until Sishian. So we're gonna try it out, we're gonna see how it works. I'm going to see if we can get a slightly more advanced head turn than what I've got presently, and if it works I might carry it across to some other stuff later along down the line as well, or scrap the idea. One of the two. But I think it's gonna work because I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. I honestly don't see any reason why it shouldn't. It operates on the same idea as the 90-degree head turn build, so yeah, I should be able to get it right. We're not going full 90 degrees, but I should be able to get at least a solid... where's my... I should be able to get a solid 60 degree out of that. I should be able to get a solid 60 degree turn out of that. So, that is going to be the plan on that front. So yeah, I've got those two big ones, and I've still got Zany. That I've got to finish outfit design for. I'm really, really, really not liking how that one is dragging up, but I'm working on it. I promise. It is one of the things that is staring at me. Saying, finish me. Otherwise, I'm going to finish you! No, it's all good. Keith Manta says, I haven't really noticed until now, but your VTuber model's teeth look a lot more defined with the ridges and points. Is that something new, or is I just not paying attention? I have not actually worked on my model, so it might just be either how it's displaying, because I've now got my VTube Studio maximized onto my graphics tablet screen, so it's taking the whole 4K resolution of my screen. So it might be that. It might be that you're noticing. But I honestly don't know. 2026 is the year of extremely defined bird teeth, says Brad. Oh, that. Yep. Bird teeth. Bird teeth are a thing. I mean, birds are technically dinosaurs. So, yeah, the teeth are real. It would be slightly strange if inside the lips I had an actual beak. It would save so much effort on flossing, though. Oh my word, it would save so much effort on flossing. Oh. Dreams. But no. Fun times, right? The chaos of avian dental care. But yeah, so that's the immediate deadlines and stuff that's going on here, but I should be able to manage it. I think I should be able to manage it. It should not be overwhelming, I don't think. It just means that, once again, for the foreseeable future, I don't really have capacity for a lot of other stuff on the side. Just yet. I am planning, however, to manage my capacity in such a way that come February, I will actually be able to do some stuff aside from the commission grinding. That is the idea. It's also why I'm raising my prices. I wanted to raise those on the 1st of January, but obviously I did not have a computer at that time, so I have had to postpone that now until in a couple of days' time, and I believe it is the 13th to the 15th I'm going to be doing that process. So I've got a lot of math in my immediate future. The visual of you having a beak inside of your mouth is so disturbing. Well, I mean, if you just imagine that instead of having however many teeth a person has, just imagine one solid chunk of keratin that wraps around in the exact shape of your teeth. Or calcium, blah, enamel, blah. You know, tooth material. It is an interesting thought experiment, but one doesn't want to necessarily think about it too hard. Because, technically, your teeth are shaped to have interesting jobs independently of one another. And I do not know if a beak would be able to form and manage accordingly to that. But yes. Tawny, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Over there on YouTube. Hello. Yes. But yeah, so Capacity management is one of my big goals for this year that I want to improve on quite significantly. So I want to actually have some time to do some fun stuff with you guys. And for that, I need to get through this crunch with all of my immediate things that are due now mid-Feb. And then I've got some plans for some stuff that I want to do. And we'll see how it actually pans out. Because I do want to actually have the capacity to do at least one collaboration a month and at least one game stream a week. I want to have that capacity because otherwise I feel like I am going to burn myself out, and I do not like that idea at all. So we are working towards capacity management. So needless to say, with the price increases that are happening now in a couple of days' time on BGen, I'm hoping that's going to carry the excess time that I'm not going to be applying to those commissions, so that I can do more fun stuff for you guys. But I'm also looking at ways that I can supplement that as well. And that brings me to super unenthused to be doing work right now, here to persevere with you. Thank you, Tawny. I hope that I can inspire your perseverance spirit significantly. I do see, I think Twitch is due for ads soon, although the interface here is not exactly easy to read. So Twitch, if you go into ad prison, please let me know so that we can not say anything important while you are in ad prison. But yeah, I am going to be trying to mitigate certain or offset certain losses in terms of commission time with the appropriate implementation of slightly better pricing structures for myself. But yeah, anyway, that is besides the point. Next thing, one of the things that I want to do to supplement that is that I am going to be opening up a fourth wall. Now, Fourth Wall is an online dropshipping platform. It handles both physical and digital goods. So it is also connected to YouTube. So if you guys are watching over there, you will, once I hit monetization on my channel, I will be able to actually have a product shelf with Fourth Wall available for you guys. So when I finally get to release voice packs and things like that, that's going to happen on Fourth Wall. Digital wallpapers that I'm planning on doing, that's going to happen on Fourth Wall. All of that madness is going to happen there. Because the VGen shop is more content creator centric and the Fourth Wall is more final viewer centric. So I do want to do some stuff that's not necessarily, you know, just making products for other content creators as part of my content. So the Fourth Wall is part of that, and also the voice packs and things that I do want to make that are going to go into the digital side of that store as well. I've been on a baking binge for the past while, since Christmas Day till now. Ooh, I of course have not been baking every day, but maybe once a week or twice a week. Oh, wow. What sort of things have you been baking? That sounds cool. That sounds cool. I'm not much of a baker myself, but I'm always curious to hear what people are baking. It always ends up sounding so tasty. I don't mind the conversation derailing in this direction right now. Food talk is always fun. Fourth Wall sounds cool. Yeah, it does. It does. It's going to be an interesting one. So I've got a few tiny things, physical things already set up on there. So it is going to go live soon. I do want to just have one or two more slightly, yeah, slightly more anime things on there at the moment. It is all very basic. But it's something at the very least. So, maybe it'll go live sooner than... Maybe it'll go live sooner than I expect. We'll see. And I then need to just add that to my link tree as well, so that you guys can actually find it. So it'll go in the link tree and in the navigation sphere of my Discord. You'll find that in the... which channel was it called again? I forget what it's called. Blah. It'll be in the welcome channel. The links, navigation stuff is all in the welcome channel on my Discord server in Fort Misthaven. So yeah, I will definitely put that in there as soon as possible. Yes. Just cookies and pound cake and like stuff. Ooh, yummy. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Ooh. Hee. Yeah, so what I've already got in the fourth wall, let me just open that up so that I can chat a little bit more about that. There we go. I was wondering how you've been. I was keeping up with your blue sky. Yes, thank you, Juxai. Yes, it has been crazy busy. So I have been well. I've just been physically exhausted. I think I spent the last 2 days basically nursing my hand back into usability. I've been up ladders painting and in deep squats for hours at a time, scraping things off of floors and sweeping things and painting corners of walls, and it's been crazy. But we've made huge progress in terms of quality of life. Once again, I can see sun now because my room is shuffled around, so I can actually see out my window that I've not been able to see out of like 2 years. And hopefully that'll also drastically improve health, because we're not dealing with goodness alone knows what grows in 40-year-old carpets. Anyway. It is good to hear you've been well. Hope you can get some rest soon. That sounds so tiring. It has been tiring, but adulting waits for no one, right? So I must keep on keeping on. And you just manage your time according to what you can do, right? So we are not stressed. We are physically tired, but we are not stressed. And the physical will catch up. The physical will catch up with the rest of us. So we're okay. We're okay. But yeah, so currently I'm gonna just do this. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to make the fourth wall go live directly after stream. Happy belated Christmas. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it go live. It's only got a handful of products on it at the moment. But I suppose there's no real reason to delay it, right? Your link tree will be getting bigger in the future? Yes. Yes. But yeah, so I've currently got 5 products in my lineup that I've designed so far. With assets that I could create. So a couple of merch items that will be releasing on fourth wall when that goes live at the end of stream. So fun times for that. What were you doing just as I joined back? I lost signal. Oh, okay, Sishian, don't stress, don't stress. No, we were just talking about fourth wall and cookies. We were talking about fourth wall and cookies. I don't know if the discussion derailing on your end was immediately after the mention of bird teeth and internal beaks and all of that madness. Conversations go weird in stream. But I love it. I love it. But yes. So I've got those 5 items that will be going live now at the end of stream on fourth wall. I will put the link in the Discord first, and then update Linktree accordingly. And as soon as I hit monetization on YouTube, then that will also be available there as well. In the product shelf beneath videos. Until such time as I hit that, though, we're gonna just have to have external links to it, but it's fine. I lost signal when you were adjusting audio. Oh wow, that was a while ago. Okay, so summary. There is a VOD on the other platform, and I cannot remember any of what I said in that span of time in enough detail to be able to give you an ultimate short version. I am so sorry. Your off-screen life has been very productive. You get to view the sunrise and sunset depending on your window-facing situation. Yeah. Quite literally, my off-screen situation is such that with my current sleep schedule, I am, in summertime, actually likely to see sunrise. Like, or at least first light. At the very least, first light. My window is facing in the correct direction to be able to see first light, which is interesting. And I got enough sky visible to see first light out of my window now that I can actually see my window, so fun. I'll just watch the VOD after we've done talking. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a change of pace. The entire living situation, I think, is going to be a massive improvement in terms of quality of life. As you could hear when I was adjusting audio, which I still need to go into more detail because I'm not 100% happy with this particular noise reducer, because it does make my voice sound a little bit crunchier than I like. Like, I hear a crackle, or I heard briefly a crackle that I'm not particularly fond of, so I'm going to do some fine-tuning to that. But with the acoustics of the building changing, that should be kind of expected, so we'll deal with it later. But yeah, things are changing, but in a low-key, calm way. Things are improving slowly but certainly. And that is a hydrate reminder. So everyone, acquire your nearest safer consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. Could you hear that? I hope you could hear it because it was loud. Speaking of hydrate reminders, one of the things that is going to be on the fourth wall is going to be a mug. It is going to be a mug. It is a mug that I desperately want myself. And it is going to be the mug that I'm going to be putting onto the hydrate toggle that I'm going to be making, or the hydrate mug take a sip redeem animation toggle, whatever you're going to call it, blah, that I'm going to be putting on as part of our live mix. So the sip coffee toggle that we were going to add in the live mix as part of our donathon goals, it's going to be that mug. It's going to be that mug. So you guys are going to have my mug before I do. I'm jealous. I'm really, really jealous. But it's part of the plans for this year as well, is to get through all of that madness. For the live makes, I need to do the catch-ups on the fulfillments for the donathon. It needs to happen during February, March, blah. I'm probably going to incorporate that into stuff on this model. I know, I thought, am I going to do that, or am I going to do the 3D, or bloody fish paste, all of that jazz. Basically, all of my prioritization has gone completely for a ball of chalk over the last month and a half, in terms of, okay, what should I prioritize first? And basically I've determined that the streaming laptop is the most important thing that I need to get sorted, because it does open up a lot more opportunities for what we can do than necessarily the 3D model will on its own. So we're going to open with that. That's what the current Ko-fi goal is for. But it's, once again, we get to it when we get to it. If I can save up for that with commission funds, then it would be great. But otherwise, once again, I'm depending on your guys' generosity, because it means that then I'll be able to actually do the treadmill Zatsudans and also the cooking streams. I really want to do cooking streams with you guys. It'll be much earlier in the day than my usual streaming slots, because I'm going to then be cooking for like 5 people. Come July, I'm going to be cooking for 5 people. Literally whenever I cook. So that's going to be a thing. So those are going to be weird streams, but we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, so the cooking streams and the walking Zatsus are going to be fun when we get to that as well, but we'll see how and when that happens. In terms of what you currently see on the Ko-fi. But anyway, circling back, you are gonna see my mug there, that's gonna be there. I've got no water on me, I've gotta go fill up my bottle. Go, Keith, go fill up your bottle. The coffee is always too lacking for the half-hourly hydrates. Oh my word, I've been missing the half-hourly hydrates so much, guys. I have been so desperately dehydrated this last month. Like, I could actually feel my health degrade from not hydrating because I did not have a regular stream reminder giving me my almost daily guaranteed 700 milliliters of water. It was wild. I tell you, wild. But hey, we survived it. We survived it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the fourth wall going live. There are going to be more things that get added to it later. Like, I do want to add the digital products as well. I do want to include some voice packs. I know I'm gonna more like commission you for other stuff as well. Oh, thank you, Sushi, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. And I recommended you to several people. Ah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that significantly. I really, really appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, no. It's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting January further. But we'll make it. Talking about the Donathon fulfillment, because we did get onto that. Do you have some idea of what you want to cook during those streams, or is it during the moment kind of idea for dinner? let me put it this way. There are going to be some times where I'm going to actually be doing a culinary experiment. So it's like, ooh, I found a recipe. I want to try this recipe. And then we do that. Or it will be a case of, I have a broad idea of what I want to make. And I feel like sharing it today. Let's go with that. Or it will be a matter of basically sharing one of my household standards. One of those three in terms of the cooking streams. So there are very few quote-unquote named dishes in my home. There are very, very few of those. We basically have a interesting means of there is plate, there is food. We do not we do not call the food fancy names. There is plate with food on it, type stuff. But it's tasty, and yeah. So I hope that will be interesting. I hope that it'll be fun. There might be some spur of the momenting. Because a lot of the time when we are doing our normal cooking in my household, we kind of plan according to, okay, these are the ingredients that are presently in the house. What can we throw together with that? And that's usually how that pans out. I do know that I have a couple of interesting ones. So we have a home variation on gyoza, which is a lot of fun to make, but it just takes a lot of time. So maybe that will be an interesting stream, because I have to make my dumpling skins myself, because there is not a place nearby where I can get pre-made dumpling skins. So I've got to roll my dumpling skins myself. So if I want to do anything dumpling wise, I need to do that process, and that is tedious if you are doing it alone. So it's not something that I make regularly, but it is something that desperately needs to be made again. And I do a variation on a Korean fried chicken-ish thing, except it's based off of breast fillets and it's served on rice. So I don't know if that's an actual meal that's named somewhere out there in the world, but I do that, which has been pretty nice. The family's been really enjoying that. I want to make that again this week because it's been too long. And yeah, there are things like you know, certain pies and whatever you like, meat dishes that we generally throw together, one pot wonders, some pasta dishes and variations thereon that we do in my household. It's not fancy, it's not quote unquote cuisine, but you know, just normal home cooking. But it's nice to share that with someone. And for folk who maybe not necessarily cook for themselves, but need to learn for whatever reason, getting ideas for that style of home cooking as well might be something that you find interesting and useful. And to also maybe learn to not be scared of spices, because I do know that a lot of corporate food is a little bit scared of spices. But they're nice. They give things flavor. And you get interesting combinations as well that give unique tastes. So I don't have the greatest variety of spices in my household, I don't think. But the ones that we do have cover all of the bases, and then from there it's just the individual ingredients making things taste interesting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to cooking streaming. Like, I'm not a baker by long and a ways, because the chemistry of it is above me. It's like, way above my pay grade. But I can sort of understand cooking. I can understand dealing with the savory things. You know, it's different. It's a different skill set as far as kitchen work is concerned. So, I will let you guys know as soon as that is viable, because I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that I really want to do. But yeah, aside from the cooking streams, things that I want to do in the future, I still need to do the donathon fulfillment on the karaoke stream. I'm still obviously getting things in order for that, because for a while I did not have access to my computer. I have not been able to source more background music, etc. So that needs to happen still. So I will get there. I promise. I want to do it before my birthday. Eventually. That definitely happens. Needs to happen separately from my birthday, which is in March, which is scarily close. Blink twice and it'll be upon us, and I'm not ready for it. And also, similar to that is going to be our songwriting batsu in Audacity. So I have been specifically doing everything in my power to not practice, which is interesting when you can't draw. The next thing that you want to do is hum around a little bit and figure things out, but no accidental songwriting. No accidental songwriting until the Audacity batsu, which is going to be the other thing that we've got to fulfill from the donathon still, which is gonna be where I have to write a song entirely in Audacity, and basically my microphone is my only tool, so I'm not going to have any additional orgs instruments. I can only use the microphone and the stuff lying around on my desk to make the song and produce it in Audacity from start to finish. That is the batsu, which is an interesting one because I am not a songwriter. So we'll see if I can compose something interesting. So it'll be basically Foley and my voice and processing that I can do with that. It's going to be a challenge, a creative challenge of note, but I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I know it's supposed to be a batsu, and it's going to be a batsu when it actually happens, because I am so out of my depth on it, but it is something that I'm looking forward to. I want to develop that skill set. And I am looking forward to that quite a bit. Hopefully it might even sound decent, which would be interesting. Like, if it actually sounds decent at the end of it, then it'll be like victory of magnanimous proportions. So I'm very, very, very curious how that is going to pan out. One of these days soon. As soon as we are past the hump of the deadline grind, right? As soon as we're past the hump of the deadline grind, we're going to absolutely get into that. And yeah, I basically just want to have capacity to do more cool stuff with you guys. Like I mentioned earlier, that I want to have capacity to play at least one game in a week. So at the moment, Final Fantasy XIV is kind of the only game on my immediate radar. Except we do have a scheduled thing, or Where Winds Meet, that we've got to start that one. I wanted to do that end of December, but that obviously didn't happen. And I had to postpone it, and then I missed postponing the postponement on YouTube even more than I thought I had to. So it kind of sat waiting for Harrier Citadel for way too long. I'm sorry about that. That was my admin brain blurping out on that one for a bit, so I apologize on that note, but it is now scheduled for tentatively the 29th. Other things tentatively scheduled for the end of the month is that I want to, somewhere around there, participate in a tabletop roleplay game session. Very tentatively. It also depends entirely on my capacity and my ability to catch up with my deadlines. And I stumbled sometime last year over a diceless TTRPG called Enclave. It's an interesting thing where it is very narratively driven and very intuitive in terms of storytelling, and it's very acting dependent. So it rewards acting quite well and how you can imagine how your character behaves. So I stumbled over that and I joined the Discord recently for this game, acquired the rule set, etc. And I'm really looking forward to giving that a try. I'm still figuring out my characters that I'm going to have available to me for that. It's definitely something worth checking out if you are interested in roleplay, especially if you're someone who doesn't necessarily have the capacity to dedicate yourself to a full D&D campaign, because it's very episodic in nature. So how Enclave works is that you create a character, and your character is an agent of something called the Enclave, and this is basically a multiverse spanning mercenary guild that is hired to do literally anything, literally anywhere. And basically you have this agent who joins missions which are independent of literally anything else. So you could not play for 10 months with the same group of people and just hop between parties as you are available, joining missions whenever you can. And that sounds, for someone with my kind of capacity, sounds really, really good. It's like, I can't dedicate to a weekly thing, but if I get an opportunity of a Thursday evening to join a mission someplace, that I'll join a mission someplace, right? So I want to participate in a game somewhere towards the end of the month. It'll probably be a private thing. And then depending on how that goes, I will report back to you guys on that. Because I don't know if I'll be able to actually direct a session, or as in game they call it conduiting it. But I don't know if I'm going to have that ability. But if I do find myself saying, okay, I think I could run this game, if I feel like I can run this game, then I might actually consider including it into something that I host. Otherwise, I will ask the people in that server, hey, I'm hosting stuff on my channel. Do you guys mind if we borrow a conduit and host a game with some of our other peoples? I think that would be fun. And I just basically act as the weird in-between party orchestrator. I don't know. Otherwise, you must join me. Join the Enclave. Mwahaha. No. We'll see. It all depends on how things go when I do the actual test later on. So we are looking forward to that as well. I've been really wanting to do something roleplay centric. Like, I think that's one of the reasons why I've been leaning into Final Fantasy XIV so much, is because it gives me the opportunity to do a little bit of character acting, a little bit of voice acting, and all of that stuff. And I really want to, in this year, do a lot more interactive work. Make stuff for you guys, make stuff with you guys, collaborate a little bit more. And just integrate. Like, I feel like last year I established business well, and this year I think I want to establish person better. I think that's what my overarching theme for 2026 needs to be, is to establish, okay, you exist as a business entity. Now you need to exist as a person. Go forth and be part of a community. You know? So that is going to be sort of my main direction, I think, if I can phrase it that way. While supporting that, obviously, by maintaining what I have built in 2025 and 2024. So, roughly the idea. We shall see what happens. I do think that I have some challenges ahead of me in terms of breaking out of my own shell on that front, but we'll work on it. I wanted to play tabletop RPGs, but it was slightly confusing for me, maybe because it was online and I didn't have someone who actually understood the game explaining to me in a way I can understand. I get you. I attempted to get into D&D a few years ago now. I think it's close to 5 years ago now. It was just before the pandemic hit. And basically I was the initiator of it in my friend group of, okay, we want to do the thing. And I bought the starter kit. It's sitting on my bookshelf. And thank you for the glasses. Thank you for the glasses, the real people. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. So I initiated it because I am definitely the nerdiest person of my group in that on that front. It's crazy. My IRL friend circle is entirely normies. Like, entirely normies. It's really, really hilarious. But in the same breath, they are not boring normies, if I can phrase it that way. So here's me trying to introduce a bunch of normies into D&D. And then we're all completely newbies. And here's me attempting to DM, and I suck at math and arithmetic. That was never gonna end well. It didn't end well. Eventually, one of my other mates ended up picking up DMing independently, and that person is still doing well, except that person also lives on the other side of the country, which is less than ideal. But we managed to get about 3 sessions in before the scheduling conflict. The great scheduling conflict ended up ripping the party apart. So, last I recall, we were in the middle of the early phases of Lost Mine of Phandelver, and we were hiking toward, I think, hiking back from a mansion, and we were en route to intercept a couple of goblins. I think that's what we were en route to. I can't remember if it was goblins or trolls. It was 4 years ago. It was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't know. I don't know anymore. My sense of time is completely non-existent. So yeah, it was fun in concept, but I think having a group of complete newbies without any experienced guidance did make it very difficult for us. Like, literally the only input we had was online guides. And none of us had any TTRPG experience beforehand as well, so it was not exactly a beginner-friendly introduction. And I think that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to with Enclave, is that there's no math. It's very much a very narrative and also contained in an interesting way, sort of play style. And while there are currently, in the current outdated edition, only 6 classes, I know that there's going to be a whole bunch more coming out now in the new version that's due to release soon. There is a lot of narrative scope. It really focuses on getting party members to cooperate and lean into one another's strengths, and it's not got that hostile players versus DMs sort of vibe that I think a lot of other platforms can potentially have. And I kind of really appreciate that. I think that's going to be an interesting aspect. I was never really one for PvP. Like, in any games. I've never been one for PvP. I've always been more of a PvE kind of gal. So I think I really appreciate that sort of a feeling carrying over. Like, I suppose if at some point there's something like a tournament arc of some description that Enclave Conduit decides they want to try and direct, that would be interesting. But I also don't know how they would manage to play that out in a single episodic session, because those sessions can tend to be quite a bit shorter than a lot of others as well, which is also good for time management, which is nice. Short, contained, fun, hyper narrative. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try. But yeah, we'll see. I'll report back to you guys on how that goes. Speaking of games, have you guys got any recommendations that you'd like to see me try this year? Like, as asterisk supposing I get the actual capacity to try them out and play them. Have you guys got anything you'd specifically like me to try playing? Like, I'm always scared of following the game trends and what have you, because there's always the hyper real chance that, you know, I've not got any clue what's going on in the game, and then you guys have all seen it with like 10 other streamers. So you guys have all of the information about what's going on, and I'm here like, I am but a dumb bird. What is going on here? I'm so lost. Unless that in its own is the entertainment. Looks through a library. Ooh. Yeah. No, because I'll be very honest. I have actually been specifically avoiding watching certain game streams. I've been avoiding watching certain game streams by the people I'm following. Because I'm uncertain if I will ever actually get the opportunity to play those games at this point. And if I do get the opportunity to play those games, I don't necessarily want to be spoiled by another person's playthrough. In the past, I did watch a couple of games' playthroughs or animatic video compilations on YouTube, etc., etc. Whoop, and there's another hydrate. Just because I was certain, okay, there is a 0 likelihood that I will ever get an opportunity to play that game. So there was those there was those considerations. But that is a hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safer consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. DMs being the supervillains to the party. Popcorn. Yes. That's a known theme. That's a known theme. RFL would be cute. What's RFL? I'm not familiar with that name. Let me Google that. Okay. I will read more into that. It's a JRPG? Okay, okay. I'm currently playing Scars Above. It's cool, but also a bit scary with the ambient noises. Ooh. What are the tags on this? Exploration, turn-based, female protagonist, RPG. Okay, I'll read it. I'll read into that more and see how I feel about it. What's it? Scars Above. Open a new tab. Action adventure Souls-like. Ooh. Interesting creature design. Alien world. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think I've actually ever played a proper Souls-like before, so that could be interesting. We'll see if I have the skill to pull that off. If we end up being stuck in the first section for 2 hours like Jump King, then I apologize, but we'll see if I can pull anything off in that game. I'll add it to the list. I'm not sure if it's on Steam or just Xbox. I'm looking at the Steam page as we speak. I don't know if I'll actually have access to it in my region, though. Opening desktop app. Because unfortunately a lot of these things are region locked. Add to wish list. Okay. Same with RFL, add to wish list. We'll see if I ever actually get to those, but we'll see. We'll see. I've never actually played a Souls-like. I have been curious how I'll fare in one, but I've never actually played one. I honestly have no clue in such a skill-based game how I'll actually perform. Like, I remember back in my school days, what games I did play, I kind of ended up not being able to finish because I always ended up with skill issue. And thus, so many stories are unfinished in my mind because I just never got to the end of the game. And then life happened. Skill issue, and then life happened. So, I'm curious. Are there any other suggestions that you'd like to see me try? I know I've wanted to try out Mecha Break. I know it's free, but I think it's free, with premium being on skins and what have you. Microtransaction madness, blah. I've been wanting to try out Mecha Break. Because robots are cool. Crosscode. Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't say much about what this plot's about, but okay. Tags seem decent. Yeah. I will add this to the wish list so that I can find it again. And actually check on all these things, because I do want to screen these to also make sure that I only get stuff that is, you know, stream safe. The chat delay on YouTube is a bit behind, maybe longer than 15 seconds it's behind. Oh yeah, that is to be expected. That is the Fort Misthaven distance debuff. That is the Fort Misthaven distance debuff. We are not on instant chat, sadly. So I think it should, on average, be about 30 seconds behind on YouTube chat. Animal, hello, hello. Good to see you. How are you doing? How are you doing, Animal? Lovely to see you here. How goes? How goes? We were just talking about potential game recommendations for this year for me to try out. Like, my wish list is actually kind of huge. And it's more or less in order of what I want to prioritize, more or less. Is napping optional if I just woke up and I'm good? How's you? Oh, napping is the best. Napping is the absolute best, always. I'm good. How's you? I'm also doing well. I have been really crazy busy in all of December, but we are back to the usual swing of things. And from tomorrow, we dive back into the commission grind as far as streams go for the foreseeable future, as we full speed towards two major deadlines mid-February. Maybe Dying Light. I have read about Dying Light. I'm not 100% sure if that's my speed. I'm not 100% sure if Dying Light is my speed. Keith Manta. I'm zombies are small doses. Zombies are a small doses thing for me. But yeah. Like, I'm sad I missed end of year sales on Steam, but I needed to prioritize a couple of other things in terms of finances, so nothing new was acquired over December as far as the Steam wishlist is concerned, in anticipation of potentially one day being able to actually do anything about it. Yeah, but hey, we do what we can, right? Have you played the Ori games? I feel like you have, but I could be wrong. I have not. I know of one of the Ori games because I briefly saw another streamer playing it. Must have been 2 years ago. I get the sense that there is more than one, but I'm not familiar with them. Let me search those up. Ori games in order. Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Okay. I will look into those. Also add those to the list. Where are those? Where are those? Are those Epic? Are those on Epic? They're cute little platformers with a frankly gorgeous art and music direction, and the story is great. Yeah, they're not on Steam. They're not showing up there. Or at least not in my preliminary. Oh, okay. Found it. Add to wish list. Okay. Okay, wow, the trailer that I'm seeing over here is actually quite good. That's definitely thing. Subnautica games will always be on my recommendation list if you haven't already played those. Okay. I have not. Like, legitimately, you can be 90% sure that if you guys know a game, there is a ridiculously high likelihood that I have not played it. Subnautica, you mean the Thalassophobia game? That's the one where Thalassophobia is the one where you're scared of holes, right? It's the hole one, right? Oh, deep bodies of water. Oh, okay. Fear of the Deep, Deep Sea, and Subnautica deliver on that. Well, with a name like Subnautica, I would expect there to be I would expect there to be quite a bit of sub to the nautical. Shivers every time. Oh dear. Understandable with Dying Light not being your speed. It's not mine either, but my brother made me play with him while it was on Xbox Live. Then he gets frustrated when I'm pausing too much. Shame. Shame. I get you, I get you. Sometimes, when you're doing, side-by-side playthrough with someone else, it's not your speed, it can be really frustrating. Like way back in the day, I used to do a little bit of co-op gaming with my brother. Well, I wanted to do co-op, my brother wanted to do PvP. And I think that's where my aversion to PvP stems from, is that here's me, small hands, skill issue, against competitive older brother unit. And I lost every single time, without fail. I eventually just was not motivated to do anything on that front. So I think that is definitely where my aversion to PvP stems from. Like, I always wanted to know, okay, which faction are you choosing? Which faction are you choosing? I want to choose the same faction. And then he'd randomize it, and then it would always be versus. And it's like, oh, come on, not again. Like, bruh, I can barely get to wins in on this FPS. I can barely get two kills in on this FPS on PvE. Now I know that there's someone on the map who's actively hunting me? No, thank you. 2008 version of Star Wars Battlefront 2. That game was a formative memory. Mos Eisley Assault. Camino Assault. Capture the Flag on Kashyyyk. Those 3 maps. Specifically the 2008 version. The newer version I am baffled by. I think I've only played that like twice. Very limited time in each session. But yeah. Yeah. I think this year is going to be an interesting one in terms of all of the things that are waiting for us. I do want to do stuff that is a little bit more community-centric. I do want to do stuff that's a little bit more cooperative and collaborative. Like, I know there's like this community drawing platform called Magma, which is kind of fun. But I also know that a bunch of you guys who are joining me here are not necessarily drawing folk yourselves. And doing anything community focused with you, it should probably be something a little bit more party game-ish. But we just need to still figure each other out in terms of what sort of vibes do we want to build here. I think as far as community building, we still need to figure that out. And I don't know. Are we party game folk? Are we collaborative drawing folk? Are we Minecraft folk? I don't know that yet. We still need to figure that out. And I do think that it is something we need to invest a bit of time in, into deciding, okay, how is our community interaction going to end up looking this year? It is something that I have been putting some thought into, because whatever it is, it needs to be something that I can deliver on consistently, hosting and giving you guys the opportunity to be involved. And that means that I need to have the consistent capacity to make sure that it's possible for us to have that touch point. And actually, actively dedicating the time and place and platform for that. So, it is something that I want to drastically improve on this year, and we'll see how it pans out. But for those of you who guys are in Fort Misthaven, in the Discord server, please, I would love to hear your thoughts on that, what you guys would like to see in terms of community engagement, because I know some of you guys are content creators yourselves and some of you are not, and it is important to me that whatever we do is something that doesn't feel like we are excluding the content creators from the non-content creators, or the non-content creators from the content creators, in the sense that what community building we do is inclusive enough while also maintaining everyone's safety and boundaries. I think that is something that is very, very important. And I know that presently we've got a whole bunch of introverts as well, and a bunch of people who are all in different time zones as well. So we have a lot to figure out still, but I do not doubt that we'll be able to, little by little, build something that's going to be cozy, interesting, and maybe have a little bit of Misthaven flair. I do know that one of the things that I wanted to get into quite a bit more this year as well is also going to be on the comic arting side, as well as the voice work. Like, comic art is pretty much, as far as content consumption goes, definitely my chief it's definitely my chief entertainment, and I'd like to definitely do more comic artwork this year. I really enjoy the action comics. Like, it's like breathing bread and butter. It's my jam, and I would really like to do more of that this year. I don't know in terms of which world and scripting I want to use just yet. Do I want to do short little episodic things? Do I want to do an actual full-length webcomic? I don't know. I'm kind of scared of committing to a full-length webcomic at this stage, because once again, I'm not sure what my capacity looks like at this point in the time. But I yearn for it just a little bit. And I do know that that is a little bit of a dangerous itch, because if I scratch it, I need to go all in. And it means that, okay, you guys are then going to be sure commissions are going to go really low in volume, because we're then applying effort into the comics, and then it's going to be a lot of focusing on the comics. And that I only want to do if I know that I've got a good solid story foundation for that, which presently I'm not sure that I do. So I did try in between all of the IRL chaos of painting and ripping up carpets and keeping dogs safe and comfy while tiling was happening, and all of the associated madness and cleaning and scrubbing and I did try and put in a little bit of writing. I don't know if I was 100% successful. I think if I got 3 paragraphs down, it was a lot. I feel really, really, really bad about that. But I did do a lot of thinking in terms of Misthaven things. So I am working on that in the background. We are making strides and baby steps towards where we want to be. I now need to just get to the point where I can actually let it fly and be free to the world. Yeah. But with that said, I don't know if you guys may have noticed it. Way back, almost 2 hours ago, when stream began. But there was something that I distinctly did not do this time. Which I'm surprised at how many people guys arrived here considering that. And that is that I never actually made a go live post. I never made a go live post for today's stream. Either on X Twitter, nor on Blue Sky, nor anywhere else. I literally just had the automated notification in the YouTube channel on Discord to say the waiting room has been made. But aside from that, there was no notification on any of the platforms. So, Joshua, hello, welcome in. I saw the Discord notification. Yes. So, basically, it is something that I'm testing. Is what is the difference between when I do make a go live post and when I don't? Because I've been investigating a little bit in terms of my social media management, and I am not actually 100% sure that making the posts on the social media is worth anything. Because with algorithms, you don't see it immediately. Like, if you see something on a For You page, it was usually posted like almost a full day ago. Like, you almost never see something on a For You page that was posted recently, like within the last 4 hours. And on Blue Sky, I kind of don't know if anyone actually peruses a hashtag for who is live right now. So I am going to do the whole YouTuber thing and say, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you know exactly when I go live. And I think that goes across all platforms, so just both Twitch and YouTube. If you don't hit the notification bell, you're probably gonna miss stuff. If you want to know when someone is live, hitting the notification bell for the folk that you want to know are live is always going to be your best bet. On the 2 platforms where they're actually going live. And I think when it comes to the social media side of things, the clutter that comes with saying, hey, I'm live right now, when you could see the schedule and pin post on my profile. I understand why the algorithm is punishing VTubers significantly because of those self-promo posts and the links going out and away from platforms. So I understand that sort of punishment that's going down. So I'm testing what the viewership difference is between when one does make the post and not. And based on what I could see throughout this stream, there was no significant difference, which means I don't see a reason why I should continue doing their posts. But I'll check out throughout the rest of the week if that is a pattern that is consistent, or if it's a new thing, or if it's just because it's a comeback stream. But I will be checking that. But if there's no significant difference in turnouts, then I'm going to assume that the go live posts on the social media are actually kind of worth nothing. And yeah. Drawing with you would be cool, but I'm not great with digital drawing, and I'm not sure I can play an online with you guys, but watching is fun regardless of the outcome. Aww. Yeah. It's... being a participant in community-based stuff is an interesting challenge. Like, there are certain community things that I want to participate in as a viewer as well, sometimes. It's just that the timing is never easy. Timing is never easy. So, like, whenever there's a community day for this one person who I really want to participate in their community stuff with, it's always on a Friday at my mealtime with my family, which is a day and a time that I have earmarked and dedicated to spending time with the people in my household, which is healthy and important. And like immediate community is like people who you reside with, right? So it's made things a little bit difficult on my side for that, but when I can, I do try to pop in. So I understand. It's not easy, but and it's not always easy to participate, but one does what one can. Need to gather more data for sure. Still hope it helps. Yeah, no, we'll see. Like, part of me understands, but what about that one person who goes to your profile now? Well, they're not on the YouTube. They're not on the Twitch. They're not gonna know. Which reminds me, I never actually hit the go live button on the Twitter output, now that I see that. Huh. Oh well. Whoops. But anyway, I think that there is definitely that tiny little aspect, but let's just be real. How many people actually actively, regularly go to a new person's profile? You go to your For You page, doom scroll, and most of the time, if you're going to engage with a person you've never dealt with before, 90% of the time it's going to be on an engagement baity sort of a post, and in all likelihood, you're not actually going to, in at least half of the cases, check out the person's actual profile page before making a call about them. So, yeah, it's touch and go. It's touch and go. It might catch like 2 or 3 people, maybe. But I don't know if the posting the go live notifications on the social media is actually worth anything. Like, unless you've got the notifications on social media posts for that particular person checked. But at the same token, if that's the case, would you not have notification bell on for Twitch and on YouTube as well? That is the question. And I don't know if that is, I don't know if it's something that is worthwhile to pursue, so yeah. Like, some part of me says skeptical, another part of me says, but what about that one person, right? And I am torn in terms of, okay, what do I want my profiles, which are portfolio basically, to show? more of? The go lives or the actual person behind the chaos and the actual stuff that they're making, right? So I'm finding that balance. Every day is growth in one way or another. Even if the growth is in that little bit of a resting phase in between. So I had a minor detour over December, but we are going to go back into growing, developing, improving, refining, polishing the skills, and hopefully growing on from strength to strength. I did get a quotation on 3D Harrier. And I was grossly underestimating what I thought I was in for. So I don't know if I will actually be able to pursue that this year at all. I would like to, but I don't know if I'll be able to. We shall see. But yeah, my brain is just doped out. My brain is just totally doped out. What is your guys' thoughts on beeswax? I don't know why I say that. I'm feeling random right now. I'm feeling really random right now. Speaking of beeswax, I got a really nice rose-scented pot of beeswax. In a little Christmas package. It's really nice moisturizer. Smells super nice and comfy. Feels super soft on the skin. It's a really good lip balm. I just need to remember to actually put it on. Anti-inflammatory as well, that's interesting. But yeah. Did you guys get anything interesting in your Christmas packages over the holidays? For those of you who got Christmas packages or similar. On my front, I got the beeswax, which was nice. And food. Family got me giant cookies. 2 giant cookies and a giant gingerbread man. It was like, yep, shake, they made. 1 double choc chip cookie, 1 classic buttery choc chip cookie. Oh, sold. They made. They were good cookies. For someone who's actually not too keen on sweet things, I'm way too easily bored by a cookie. I don't know what it is about cookies specifically. But like sweet beverages, I cannot do sweet beverages. But cookies? Now that I think about it, the only cookie recipe that I have is a peanut butter cookie recipe.
I don't actually have any recipes for other cookies. Huh. That's sad. Speaking of recipes, I did actually get I did actually pick up a new thing over December, or late November into early December, that I started doing, and that's making my own cream cheese. And that was an interesting experiment. It was a very interesting experiment, and it's so repeatable. Everything from a bee is great. Beeswax is so versatile too. Beeswax wraps are so useful. Wraps. Ooh, I can imagine that being great for anti-inflammatory. I can imagine that being so great for anti-inflammatory. But yeah, beeswax is really, really, really super versatile. It's awesome. But yeah, I started making my own cream cheese, and that was definitely a victory. Still figuring out what is going to be the standard operating procedure for dealing with the whey afterwards. Still figuring that out. Because soup in summertime is touch and go on that front. But it'll definitely be a good soup base in winter, I suppose, or at least in addition to soups in winter. I know I have already used some of the whey in a spaghetti sauce as part of the fluids for that. It was nice. Did add a creaminess while still keeping the richness of the general tomato sauce and relish on that front. But yeah, I need to still figure out a couple of other things that I can do with the whey that do not involve boiling it for 6 hours until it reduces down into whey butter. There's got to be faster things to do with it. The process of clarifying beeswax is really interesting and cool. Ooh. Yeah, I've never actually put much thought into how beeswax is made. But yeah, I think as far as the factory units of the natural factory units of the planet goes, bees are definitely champions on that front. Like, honey is amazing, beeswax is amazing. The structural integrity of what they build is amazing, and is a foundational masterclass for all architects ever. And it's so cool that something like that can just appear in nature, or was created in nature, and just is there ready to be discovered. Just need to look close enough with an appreciative eye. It's really, really cool. I'm supposed to get a new phone since I don't have a phone currently. Oh dear. Oh. I hope that you get a unit that is fit for purpose. I know that that is definitely a major consideration when it comes to buying a new phone, because the how can I phrase this? The budget market, you can feel you are in a budget market when it comes to your phone handsets. And it's really, really, really annoying when certain features are piggybacking on others and are not actually locally available. Like, why on certain phones must you go through Google? Why can't there just be a local file explorer? Like, must you go through Google Files? Why can't you just have a local file explorer? I've already not got enough space in my Google Drive. Why? Just why? Ugh. Pain. Pain. Pain, I tell you. For me, who keeps a bunch of images and PDFs in folders for access purposes, it is really, really, really annoying to have to go through Google, who tries to sort things for you. Don't sort things for me. I've got a filing system with folders that are where I want the folders. Do not mess with my filing system, Google. Do not do it. But yeah. Guys, I am going to wrap it up here. I am running out of steam at a crazy pace. It's been really, really, really fun getting back to talking with you guys. I have a meeting now within the next 20 minutes probably, that I need to attend. You sound very sleepy, Rhea. Thank you for the stream. It was nice to see you again. Yes, I think the sleepy is the adrenaline crash because I've been looking forward to coming back so much. I honestly think that's a little bit of an adrenaline crash, but I've still got at least 3 hours of work left ahead of me after this, so I will be plugging away at that. But I appreciate you guys coming along. I'm going to be making the fourth wall live now, so keep your eyes open on my social networking services, my social media platforms, my Discord, for the go live on fourth wall. It will be where merchandise goes live. I will be reserving the VGen store for things that are content creator specific. So if I make any assets or whatever, that will go on the VGen store. For anything that is Harrier and Misthaven related, it's going to go on the fourth wall. And I'm really looking forward to being able to put some digital stuff on there soon. In the meantime, there are going to be 5 dropshipping merch items that you'll be able to get there. Citrina, thank you for the resub and welcome in. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a champion, Citrina. How are you doing? 7 months, wow. Wow. Big thank yous. I'm doing well. Missed you. Oh, I missed you too. It's been way too long since speaking with you guys. 7 months is a long time. It is, and I really appreciate the support. Like, seriously, would not be here without you guys and making this possible. I would say Bees and Beavers are master architects in nature. Oh, absolutely. Joshi was, I missed too. Of course you were missed. It was awful not being able to chat with you guys at all over the last December. It was awful. I missed you guys so much. I was just... Every night I was like parked on a mattress that got unceremoniously dropped on a bare floor and thinking... I could be with my peeps right now. But alas, my PC is presently in a state of disassembly, under a desk, hidden behind all of the furniture in my room, because that is the only place that it was safe. Oh. And it's like, I just really wanted to come back, and I'm really glad that we are now all together again, and that we can continue making cool stuff, make stuff together. And yeah, I'm definitely going to try and do some community focused stuff now. So poor PC, I'm glad it's okay now though. Yeah, it was just
disassembled so that it would stay safe while we were doing the tiling process. But now that the house is tiled, and the associated walls are painted, and we can start moving on with the actual doing of life for the year, I think that we are in a generally better place. It is an absolute glory of a thing to just be able to actually sweep my room. I cannot articulate just how nice it is to be able to sweep my room, guys. Like it's not, I've mentioned this before. My room has always been like 3 rooms squeezed into one. And this opportunity to reshuffle has been really, really great. One of the things that has been vacated from my space was the sewing station. That it was never optimal because there's no space in my room to sew on top of everything else. So the sewing station no longer lives in my room. Presently it's living in the passage. Not able to be used, but it's better than being in my room where it makes it just that much smaller. So now I can actually see the floor, which is a nice change of pace. And everything just feels so much more open. And that was actually a health related issue a little bit as well, because there was not actually enough space to maneuver a vacuum cleaner in my room to be able to vacuum the carpet. It was bad. It was bad. So I am really glad that now I can actually see the floor, sweep, and save the vacuum for the corners. My mum said she was going to get me a new phone for Christmas, but I feel like she probably shouldn't have told me, because now I feel like I'm always asking, but I hold back because the times we're in. Bye and welcome back. Oh dear. Yeah. Acquiring technology around the end of the year is always an interesting challenge, because on one hand, there's Black Friday sales, and if you can get one of those, like what we were lucky enough to get with the tracking upgrade like I did, yay, brilliant. Very, very lucky. Then you have the end of year price boosts ahead of the new year price increases that generally tend to happen with inflation, bloody fish based, all that jazz. Marketing bump, salespeople trying to increase their quotas, etc. Economics is messy. Economics is super, super messy. It's not fun. So if you have a unit that is functional, just keep it alive. No matter what happens, keep it alive. If you don't have a unit that's functional, get what you can that is functional for what you need it for. But be aware that sometimes a cheap purchase is a really expensive one. We learned that when it came to painting, because we bought 20 liters of white PVA. And that 20 liters only covered 3 walls because you needed to layer 4 coats on it. Cheap paint, but you need to use so much of it that it becomes a very expensive purchase. Be wary of those sorts of things when it comes to your technology as well. Secondhand is... you need to make sure that you're going through a really good refurbisher if you're going to go for secondhand, because otherwise there is 000 guarantee that how did the previous person treat their unit? How
how was it treated? How well was data cleared off of it? Are there hardware issues? Are there software issues? You never know. So unless it goes through a good refurbisher, especially with smarter technology like a phone, you have to go through a refurbisher. If it's dumber technology like a microwave or a tumble dryer or a refrigerator, sure, you can get it off of a marketplace, but technology, you got to be careful with where you buy. Cheap paint isn't worth it for walls or for art. Yep, yeah. Cheap paint is cheap paint. Yeah, how well pigmented the mud you slap on a wall to let dry into something marginally useful is an important consideration, because with paint, kind of one of the major deals with it is that it's pigment it's pigment that is suspended in a liquid, right? And the pigment is kind of the main thing. The liquid evaporates, but the pigment is the important stuff, right? So the way you make the paint cheaper is to put less of the actual pigment stuff in the paint. But that means that per volume you've got of paint, you've got less pigment, which means you've got to go through more volume of paint to get the same amount of pigment that you actually need to do the job. Therefore, cheap paint is expensive paint, because all you're buying is a bunch of liquid that's all going to evaporate. Buy the more expensive paint. It's unintuitive, but it works. 2 layers of an expensive paint is a lot cheaper than 4 layers of a cheap paint. Volume economics, guys. Volume economics. Do not be fooled by bulk pricing. This is so true. Yeah. It's wild out there. It's wild out there. And it goes for foodstuffs as well. Like, a lot of food retailers do play the game with bulk versus small quantity purchases of certain things. So you need to do comparisons for like products. So, for example, if you're purchasing minced meat, that is one of those things that you could buy in single batches, or you can buy it in bulk. And in that situation, you need to watch out on a case-by-case basis whether or not the bulk is actually cheaper than single servings, because sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. And when you do need to make bulk purchases, if this single serving or the single helping purchase per kilogram is cheaper, considering that it's a product that is usually sold per kilogram, then sometimes buying lots of the little ones is cheaper than the bulk package, which a lot of people just assume automatically is going to be cheaper if you're buying a bunch. It happens. We've seen it happen. And it alternates. So some weeks it will be the little ones are cheaper, some days the bulk pack will be cheaper. And they do that alternation in the stores intentionally, because there's always someone who's trying to beat the system, and there's always suckers who just make assumptions either which way. So it kind of evens itself out on the retailer side. But for the purchaser, you need to keep your wits about you. So, anyway, we digress. I must be gone for this day. I shall see you all tomorrow. We're going to be working on another VTuber model. We are working on Sishian's VTuber model, as well as
one for Marius Ajaxson as well. For Marius, it is just the rig. For Sishian, it is the art and rig. So we're doing a little bit of work on Sishian's art layers. I'm going to try and do... unrelated things in the daylight hours. I'm going to try and keep... I'll work it out. I'll work it out in terms of exactly how it progresses. For the early stages of Sishian's model, we're going to work on it on stream. For the later parts of that, I'm going to have to do other stuff on stream. As we get into the later part of the rig where it becomes a bit heavy load on my PC. So we will be flexible on that front in terms of what we actually do during stream time and what happens during daylight hours work time. It's just 2 different slots of my workday, essentially. But yeah, as the projects progress, we shall flip between those 2. So I shall see you tomorrow, and I am really, really looking forward to this year, and I cannot wait to see what all we end up cooking together on the creative front lines. So with all of that said, rest well when you get to it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for 2 hours of dedicated yapping. And I will... Giku! Hello! Hello, Giku. Good to see you. Yes. I will be seeing you guys again tomorrow. Also, 1930 UTC. And it will be working on Sishian's VTuber model. I've already gotten a good way through on putting the foundation of head layers together on that one. I am doing some experiments with a new way of handling head turns on that, so we'll see how that progresses in terms of the art layers. Toaster, thank you for the save. Thank you, thank you. I don't have anything open at the moment, but as soon as I do, I will hit the save button. Just for you. Good to see you, Toaster. But yes, I will see you guys tomorrow. I am ending early because I've got a meeting. But... thank you for the head pats, Katrina, and everyone courtesy of Sishian. Acquire your nearest safe consumption beverages, and let's take a sip, shall we? There we go. So, I've got a meeting just after this. I'm just going to quickly make a cup of coffee, go into the meeting, handle that, and then... I've got a couple of little bits of other work that I need to keep on going until a little bit later in the evening. So I shall see you all tomorrow. Rest well when you get to it, and have fun. Until next time, misslings. Cheery bye. Oh, Sishian, I'd cry. See you soon. Okay, Toaster, you'll have your sunglasses on for stream tomorrow. The sunglasses will stay on for stream tomorrow, I promise. It's so nice being back. Wow! It's so good to be back. I missed you guys. See you soon.